What is going on, everybody? We are back for another one of our No Frills Halloween Horror Nights construction updates for Universal Studios Florida. Today is Friday, August 1st, and we have a ton to go over. We're not going to waste any time, jump right into it. Up here at the front of the park in Production Central, they have set up quite a few of these stages here for the scare actors to kind of perform on and hang out. We have the first stage set up over here in front of the Universal Studios store, kind of facing out. You can see the stairs here on the back side so they can walk up onto the stage and then face out, hang out over these the fencing, the gates here on it to greet the crowds as they come into this first scare zone. Got a lot of cool detail on these stages. You can see the stucco here on the side. You can tell that they put this on here in place because they got some on the ground here where it kind of fell off. Really cool looking stuff. I'm excited to see how they finish this off with the actors on them. You've got another stage that's pretty much exactly the same, set up over here in front of VillainCon. It's just mirrored and on the other side of the street as the last one, but basically exactly the same. And for what is the biggest shock of the year for me so far is the fact that we finally have a scare zone down this Illumination alley over here in between the Minions rides. We've got these three big kind of mausoleum looking set pieces that they've set up here. So yeah, pretty shocking, but really excited to see this stuff here. Bigger scare zones is always better, so take a close look at them here. Pretty cool looking. They've got some stained glass across the top of them that I'm sure they'll have some lights shining in through the back of them to light them up. I think this is going to be really, really cool looking. I'm really excited to see this at night. Looks like some of these stained glass pieces are kind of broken and shattered to add to the old weathered effect. These look really cool. Looks like on the back side of it here, they've got this kind of tree, this old dead withered tree on the back side of it, looking pretty cool. All three of these look pretty much exactly the same. There is some slight differences in the trees on the back side of them, but this third one over here has an opening for a scare actor to walk in through, so we definitely know that this one's going to have a scare actor back there behind this table thing jumping out and scaring people. Should be pretty awesome. And down here by the exit to VillainCon, we've got a third little stage like we did up at the front. This one's a bit different, shaped a bit different. It's got this kind of podium looking thing on top. I have a feeling they'll move this podium down every night into the street. It's going to be interesting to see how these hold up as the season goes on. You can already see some chipping in the stucco here, so it's going to be really interesting to see how these hold up over the season as it goes on and people knock into it and stuff. We are going to backtrack a bit and make our way through the Hollywood section of the park. We've got some major updates back in Central Park that I want to take a look at before the sun goes down. So we'll make our way through Hollywood real quick, starting off with these gates that they have added to the front here, really filling in the theming for this scare zone. Looks like we have a few other little small details that they've added to these front set pieces to kind of finish them off, the little arches at the top and everything else. So pretty sure these are pretty much done at this point. Moving on to these stages over here, a few small updates. Looks like pretty much all the weathering and kind of final painting is done to them. So I think they're pretty much done with these stages in that regard. We've also got the triggers that they have set up on each of the stages for the scare actors to trigger their effects and lights and sounds and that kind of stuff. And then also on either side of the stage, I should say on both sides of the stage, we have these kind of lamppost looking things just to finish off the theming. They're looking pretty done over here. I think these are finished. My buddy Kevin pointed out that they drilled these holes on the sides of the stairs, probably to run some cabling, maybe for some fog effect or something. I'm thinking it's for cabling of some kind though. Got these interesting looking boxes on the back side of the first stage here in front of the broadcast center. Really interesting. I wonder what these are for. I wonder if it's for like a water effect, maybe a fog effect of some kind. I'll have to wait and see. We'll find out soon enough. All three of these stages have had the same addition since the last time we saw them, except for this third stage. It's got this weird table on it with this kind of strange tree looking thing on top. Comment down below if you know what it's about. Looks like it's kind of fire damaged at the top. I'm really interested to see exactly what this table is all about. And on this third stage as well, since they have this table here, they've kind of set the scare actor's trigger back a little bit here in the corner. And finally, this last fourth stage, nothing really to add except for these lamp posts on the side here. No trigger yet. I'm wondering if they'll have a trigger for this scare actor, or maybe they're just going to be up here talking. Find out soon enough. But yeah, this one's looking pretty much done at this point. And finally, down here at the end, they've added the gate to this set piece over here as well, and added all the little theming details, little archways and everything to finish this one off too. Not too much going on over here in Battery Park. Looks like they changed the color of the scrim on this this opening piece here to red, and then they've added a couple of plants to the bottom side of these screens here for the menus and stuff. But yeah, otherwise they haven't really changed anything over here. And we have finally made our way back into the Central Park area to take a look at the massive updates they've done over here for this Cat Lady Scare Zone. There are just so many little props and set pieces throughout this scare zone. There's no way I'm going to be able to zoom in and show everything. So be a lot of wide shots with some zoomed in detail shots on things just to kind of give a general idea of what's going on in here. Really got to come check it out for yourself. They went above and beyond in the scare zone. It is wild. It's crazy how much stuff they threw in here. It's awesome. So many pumpkins throughout this scare zone as well. It's got to be at least 100 pumpkins in this area. Definitely not going to be able to zoom in on them all. We'll just do a brief overview of everything. It's going to be hard to find out which one's your favorite because there are tons to choose from. You'll also notice that pretty much all of them have wires coming out of them, so very, very sure that these are going to light up. So walking through this Central Park area, you're all going to be lit up in the trees. It's going to be really cool looking at night through here. And now we finally know what's going on with the tops of these brick stonework things sticking up. They've got these cool lampposts sticking up with some signage to tell the story of this scare zone. So we'll definitely spend some time on these little pages here so you guys can get a good idea of what the story is in here before you take a walk through. Oh, I wonder if that's the turtle shell from the zombie scare zone that was here last year. Someone just pointed out to me that they've got some milk bottles hanging up there as well. Definitely a lot of milk bottles throughout this scare zone for the cats, you know, the cats love their milk. Someone pointed out this candy spilling out. I wonder if that's a little bit of a nod to the Major Sweets house last year in the scare zone a couple years prior. They have the stories going in reverse order so that when you walk in through the exit side, you'll get the story in the same fashion going in the correct order. So that's pretty cool. And finally, at the end of the scare zone here, they've added this planter with this dead tree in it and this big giant ball of yarn in here to finish us off for this part of the scare zone. We still got some updates at the end we'll go over real quick. Over here in this walkthrough section at the beginning of this courtyard area, they've added a bit of props and theming to it. At the front, we've got this giant cat tree here. At the base of it, you can see this giant hairball at the bottom. It's pretty wild. They've got some yarn and some cat toys strewn about this area. Looks like they've also added the speakers to the other two boo holes in here as well. And then on the back side, just some plants and stuff to kind of cover up and make everything, fill it all in, you know, make it look good over here. This scare zone is wild. They've added so much to this area. It's really impressive how much they've done this year. And finally, back here on the stage, they have started to piece together the cat lady's house back here. Not done yet. They're definitely going to add a roof to it and all that kind of stuff, but they've done quite a bit. It's looking pretty cool. This scare zone it's really wild how much they've done to it. I'm really excited to see how they pull it off this year and the final result. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Quick update over here behind Simpsons at the Sprung Tent House. For the dollhouse, we're mainly going to look at BioReconstruct's pictures. They pretty much finished up the theming on the front, and they've added the signing on there, the logo for the house. I really don't know how I feel about that. I wish they would have left the logo off, to be honest, but it is what it is. The rest of it's looking pretty rad. And then over at the Hatchet and Chains house, this is looking really awesome. You've got this Pony Express sign out front. I think this looks kind of like a well that they've set up out front of it as well. They've kind of painted and added the weathering and everything to this facade, so this is looking really awesome. I'm really excited for this house. I can't wait to walk through that facade through it. Stop back over here at the Nightmare Fuel stage where they are doing a ton of lighting testing for the show. I gotta admit, it's looking pretty cool. You can kind of see some more of the sets and stuff with all of this show lighting as well. So it's looking pretty cool back there, I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to spend some time to check it out this year. I'm really excited. This year is really shaping up to be a good year. They got a lot going on. Seems like they really amped up the budget from what it seems. So I'm really excited for things, but yeah, this Nightmare Fuel show, I'm definitely gonna have to come check it out. It looks pretty cool back there. Make a quick pass through San Francisco. Not too much to update. It looks like they've added 8 of these kind of moving spotlights. You see them a lot in clubs and stuff that'll shine down the beams of light onto the dance floor. So they got 2 on either side and then the 4 on the one side over here. And they've also added some stairs to the side of the little platform DJ booth over here. But that is pretty much it over here for now. And that is going to do it for this week's Horror Nights construction update over here in Orlando. So many things going on over here. They are not holding anything back. It is shaping up to be an amazing year. I can't wait for the event to get started. Make sure to stick around. We'll be back out here every week to get all the updates. We're going out to California soon. We're gonna hit up Horror Unleashed, bring you some videos of that as well as Midsummer Scream. So if you're into this stuff, definitely hang around. And if you have stuck around this long in the video, as always, I greatly appreciate your time and we'll see you next week.